Yeah, that's right. I mean, yesterday we heard from the Saudi energy minister that they expect demand to continue picking up. He mentioned improved demand in large economies such as China and the U.S. And given that the second half of the year, just looking at the OPEC Secretariat's assessment that there will be a shortage of supply, we do expect the OPEC Plus group to continue this gradual ease of their cuts during the second half of the year. Now, that's highly dependent on what we have in terms of the US-Iran nuclear talks. If they do manage to reach an agreement and sanctions are lifted off of Iran, and Iran does happen to bring back those extra barrels into the market, now that's something OPEC Plus needs to consider. During this meeting, just looking at the OPEC Plus Secretariat's assessments and their base case scenario and even their alternative scenario, they did not factor Iran coming back to the market. And that's why we're seeing that their stock drawdowns under their base case scenario by the end of the year, it's around 109 million barrels under the 5-year average. And even the alternative scenario where they don't see demand picking up so fast, it's about 83 million barrels above the 5-year average. But that's not counting in or considering that Iran will bring back the barrels.
Indeed, and playing into that is the fact that we still don't have the dotted line signed when it comes to JCPOA 2.0. Amena, do you think OPEC Plus is going to be willing to compensate for the return of Iranian barrels?
That's a really good question, Dan. I mean, the group's, Iran's biggest ally in the OPEC Plus group is Russia. We've seen comments from Novak saying that he supports Iranian barrels coming back. However, it's still unclear if Russia is willing to compromise its own production to allow more space for Iran in the market. Now, when it comes to Gulf states, we highly don't expect any of the Gulf states to agree to have any compromises in terms of their production quotas to allow Iranian barrels. But that's something that needs to be discussed when it actually happens. Just according to our own estimation, I'll just give you a few numbers here. Under the base case, in August, we expect Iranian exports to increase by around 350,000 barrels a day and around 650 in early 2022. That's up from 900,000 now. And we see their production going up to 2.95 million from around 2.6 now. So these are our numbers and our expectations for Iran.